Hey everyone, I watched the next episode of Time Force and it was okay. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's a pretty simple episode. So it starts off with there is a nice little bit of continuity at the beginning with Rancic is yelling at Frax for sending his own robot last time. He knocks Frax down, and when Frax is on the floor, he looks up and sees this thing on one of the tables, X Vault. He opens up, there's a key to the X Vault where only the most dangerous mutants are kept. So he goes over, frees a mutant. The mutant goes out, and his power is he can throw these little bombs that look like Easter eggs. All right. So anyway, the Rangers go to fight him, and oh yeah, at the clock tower, Katie was feeling homesick, and she's wondering about what's going on with her family, and then they're talking to Circuit. Circuit tells them that the tank that Wes's father deployed last episode shouldn't have existed yet. That them coming back somehow altered history, and now things exist that shouldn't exist, and now Katie's worried about her family and if that's going to change in the future now. So anyway, they go and fight the monster. The monster beats them really bad, and then then they're about to go back to fight the monster again. Katie's like, "No, I don't want to now," and what are we even fighting for? What if our being here keeps changing the future? And then she gets over it. Okay. Um, let's see. Not a lot goes on in this one. This is probably the weakest episode of Time Force so far. Rewatching Time Force, there's no episode that I dislike so far. Even this one, I don't really dislike it. It's just kind of a weak episode. There's not a lot going on compared to even what came before this. Later in Time Force, we get some really good episodes. Right now, at the beginning, we get kind of slow episodes. But this one, I think this might actually be the worst episode. No, actually, I can think of there is one episode of Time Force with a worse plot element. And the one interesting thing about this episode is that Katie is so worried about changing the future when she's changed the future before and everything's turned out fine. A few episodes ago in that Legend of the Clock Tower, she goes back in time, helps Walter Brown not be a wuss and get the girl in the end. In the future, the painting changes to Walter Brown is happy. And other than that, nothing really changed in the world. So I don't know why exactly she's uh, suddenly so into I don't want to change the future now. I can't really think of a whole lot to say about this episode. There's just not a lot to it. Oh yeah, one of the things I was thinking while I was watching it was, and I haven't been watching the opening to see who the director of each episode is, but watching this I kept thinking this really feels like a Jonathan Zacher directed episode. The scene where the Rangers are talking to Katie, then they turn, run, and morph, and also the scene where she screams at the sky. Just really seems like the type of over the top kind of weird thing that Zacher would put into his shows. I don't mean that in a bad way. He back in the original Saban season, Zacher was a great director. Samurai, he was a great director. Or well, for the most part. Megaforce, Super Megaforce, not so much. That's where he went down in quality. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. This is a crazy short one, so hope you enjoyed this. Bye.